What's up, ladies and gents? Social Nurse here. Kevin Hart is going to regroup like Target store. He's going to, just keep the audience that he has, the audience that doesn't blame him for Tony Hinchcliffe's distasteful joke about George Floyd. Let me say this. Kevin Hart is going to continue to make money more than likely. The people that wanted him to apologize did not get the apology they wanted, right? Tony Hinchcliffe has not apologized. I don't think there's going to be an apology for the distasteful joke. Even Kevin Hart said that the joke about George Floyd was not tasteful. And he talked about, what did people want him to do? Stop the roast in the middle of whatever was going on during Tony Hinchcliffe's time? They wanted him to chastise Tony Hinchcliffe on the spot, right? And he didn't do that. And he don't think that he should have done that. I'm not even sure that he should have gone off on Tony Hinchcliffe during the roast about that awful joke, right? But what I do think is this. Kevin Hart has been clear. If you don't like certain material, it's just not for you and you can move on. I think he even used the phrase move on. And I think people will move on because they're not going to give you what you want, Tony Hinchcliffe and Kevin Hart. Now, I also want to remind people of that time Kevin Hart had a show or a comedy concert scheduled in Egypt. And he started talking about Egypt in an Afrocentric way. This was in 2023. And as a result, that Egypt comedy show that was supposed to occur in Cairo was canceled. The cancellation followed an online boycott campaign organized by Egyptians because they didn't like the way Kevin Hart referenced Egypt. Many took offense at previous statements Hart allegedly made suggesting that ancient Egyptian kings were black and that black Africans should be taught that they were kings in Egypt. Critics in the region accused him of blackwashing their heritage and attempting to steal Egyptian history. So I don't think Kevin Hart wants to, mess up making money anymore, right? And had he went off on George Hinchcliffe, that would have messed up his money. He's not interested in that. I'm not sure, but I think that move on. If you don't like Kevin Hart for telling that joke, you don't have to watch Kevin Hart. I don't even like Kevin Hart's acting. I'm not really, a big fan. But move on. Don't, do what is done by some of you. Boycott him. I don't think it's going to make any difference. And I think battles need to be chosen carefully. So he has said what he had to say. The joke was distasteful, but he does not feel that it's his responsibility, that he's responsible for Tony Hinchcliffe's joke. I don't think he's responsible for that joke either. I don't. I don't think he should have went off on Tony Hinchcliffe. That roast is what it is. I think he should have answered questions like on the Breakfast Club honestly. And he answered honestly. I think he's being honest. Not only does he not want to lose money, shows, contracts, or make any other people mad, but I also think he answered honestly. And he seemed really serious on the Breakfast Club. I've never seen Kevin Hart that serious. So I'm going to suggest expect nothing more or nothing less from Kevin Hart when it comes to certain social issues, concerns, or if you're mad about something as an advocate, as a citizen, as a potential protester. It just kind of is what it is. Social Nurse, thanks for stopping by.